Shifting gears now, we delve into some of the efforts to champion beef consumption. The Beef Checkoff is constantly reminding consumers that beef is indeed what's for dinner. At the helm of this initiative is Greg Haynes, Chief Executive Officer for the Cattlemen's Beef Promotion and Research Board. Our recent conversation with him offers insights into the past year's endeavors and the board's strategic vision moving forward. Well, let's get an update when it comes to the Beef Checkoff. Joining us is Greg Haynes. He is the Chief Executive Officer of the Cattlemen's Beef Board. As we go back and remind our listeners of the basics of the Checkoff, you guys have been around for quite some time. How do you continue to evolve in the funding that's allocated?
Yeah, no, we've been around since 1985. So the Beef Checkoff was started in the 1985 Farm Bill. It went into effect in 1986. We started collecting dollars and had a referendum after that. I think probably most people know, but it's set up so that every time an animal is sold, the dollar's collected. Half of that dollar stays in the state at that state beef council for use there, and the other half comes up to national. So we work on that national side to do marketing, promotion, research, to build demand for beef, and then we work very closely with the state beef councils on leveraging all this and tying it together. But like I said, yeah, it's been around for a while. There's some misperceptions on the program. But also what we've seen is, in 1985, it was $1 per head. Now we're in 2023, and it's still $1 a head. So one of the challenges that that dollar now is really only worth about 35 cents in that purchasing power that we have. So just making sure that we continue to be very efficient and effective with it and get the biggest bang for the buck that we can.
Some of your detractors will say, I don't see anything about the Beef Checkoff. Perhaps the reason is because if you're a cattle producer, you're not necessarily the target market of trying to drive more beef demand. But who is that? In 2023, where are you trying to build demand right now?
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. We hear that a lot. Like, I don't see anything that's going on with the Checkoff. Before when you'd advertise, on TV or whatever, there was 3 stations. So that was kind of your options. But now with social media, you can be very, very specific on who you are reaching out to. So beef producers aren't going to see it because we're really targeting those consumers, especially in like high population areas that are purchasing the beef. So this could be housewives, the younger generation too, as they are starting their families and going out and shopping and looking for fun things that they can cook and do at home. Those are really the people that we're reaching out to. And so they're also very tech savvy. They have their cell phones, and so they're the ones that, as they're shopping, they can be getting messages right in store that say, hey, here's how you can cook this beef cut, or here's some ideas on what to do. And so that helps them make those decisions and purchase it right then at the store.
Yeah. Grilling is cool again for a lot of people. You got the smokers, people got a fancy setup, and they want to find the right meat to put on the grill.
Exactly.
Obviously, the price of beef has gone up. How do you market to consumers knowing that the dollar for them, like it is for the Checkoff, doesn't go quite as far as it previously did?
Yeah, and that's always the challenge. We've had inflation with this. As you know, cattle numbers are low right now, so our supply of beef is low, which makes prices higher. But I think where we're at in the environment now really shows the benefit of the Checkoff. So if you look at that demand for beef, that demand is incredibly strong now, even with those higher prices. So consumers are paying more for beef, but they're continuing to do that. And that's because they know that it's a great tasting, healthy, enjoyable protein to eat. And so they're making it their choice of the center of plate. And so that's something that just doesn't happen overnight. It's not like the Checkoff can come in and say, hey, start buying beef, and everybody will. It takes years and years of working with the consumers to make sure that they've got that trust in the product. And that's what we're seeing now. Again, to me, this is the hugest testament to how impactful the Checkoff is this demand for beef that we have right now.
Where's the Checkoff headed in 2024? What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, it's so hard. There's always so many different programs that are going on. But I think, as we talk with higher prices, having that pulse on what the consumers' concerns are and what they're doing is going to be important. So we have a lot of that kind of consumer tracking. And then tying that into the messaging that goes forward with them is key. A new campaign has started, kind of tied under the Beef It's What's for Dinner, which is Together We Bring More. And that kind of plays on the whole fact that when you're out to celebrate or there's something exciting, it's like you celebrate with beef. And so it's like, why not celebrate all the little small day-to-day things with beef? So this really kind of gets it out there and shows the enjoyment and the way to just have fun and enjoy every day with beef. So I think these things are coming up. We've got great programs with STEM teachers who are educating their students, especially in like high population areas, on agriculture and how science and technology are in it. And so this is becoming a part of the curriculum. So these kids who've never seen a cow in real life can now learn more about this and be a little bit more in touch with agriculture and beef production. So I think a lot of exciting things going on.